What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Monday. It is April 17th. It is Patriots Day. And we do have a little bit of weird slate because, again, with Patriots Day, you've got the Red Sox always playing about 11 or 12 Central or 12 Eastern. So that's kind of a weird aspect because then if you play an all-day slate, that's kind of what you're looking at. Other than that, there's 6 hours in between. So we're going to look at this. If this is the first time you've been here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. If you find this video helpful, that would be awesome to spread the news as well. What we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the pitching on the slate. So we're going to go through every single pitcher that is pitching today, if they are on there so far. And then with that, if you want to see the plays we like the most, so the pitchers that we like out of those, and then the three position players at each position, then that is what we've got in the article, which you can find down below in the description, which is this article right here. Big shout out to everyone who subscribed to our YouTube page in the past week. Big shout out to everyone who has subscribed to FTA Plus in the past week. Now, we did have a contest yesterday. It was to tell me... give me a good Patrick Corbin stat line, and we did get one, and I gave a promo code out, and I believe he signed up. If you did, let me know. I know you're probably in the comment section here, but yeah, so we're gonna do even more contests. So if this video gets 50 likes and you are a subscriber, we will post we'll do a random.org, and someone will win a free month of MLB plus DFS sports content and sports betting. And if you just want to win a free week, all you gotta do is like the video, be a subscriber, and tell me who's gonna hit a home run and what inning. You need to have both of those in there. You can win multiple days, so play every single day. I am getting back to some of the winners from the other day, and we'll get you signed up that way. So that's what I've got. Let's jump right into this game. So we're gonna go through the pitchers, then we're gonna go through the MLB odds, the stolen base targets, and the ballpark rankings. So looking at this, let's jump into it. So this is the first game. There are weather concerns. You're probably not playing an all-day slate because it just doesn't make any sense. But if you were taking one, I would take Ohtani here. But we're not going to go over this game just because, I mean, you can sports bet it. You can do single game. And with single game, obviously Ohtani being probably the MVP slot or the captain slot, and then you can find bats through there. Bellows never faced anyone before, so... just something to think about, but I won't be touching this one. Then you've got a couple of early games here. So these are like an early only slate, 3-game early only slate we can look at. You got the Hunter Gaddis at Tigers, the Guardians at the Tigers here. Matt Boyd, Gaddis obviously has never faced the Tigers before. So again, like I say, if you are one of those that have followed us before, you know that I like pitchers against teams that they've never seen before. So I will have some Gaddis in early only GPP. And then Matt Boyd, 73 plate appearances, 242. I don't mind Matt Boyd here. Both are GPP, though. With 3 games, I think pretty much everything's going to be GPP if you're playing the early only slate. Next game, the Rays at the Reds. The Rays lost their first series of the year against Toronto. They lost 2 of 3. So now they have 2 losses. Jalen Beeks versus Hunter Green. Beeks, 6 plate appearances, 200 batting average. Hasn't seen much. Again, with Hunter Green, hasn't seen many bats here. 16 plate appearances, 143. I honestly like both of these pitchers as GPP. I like Green a little bit more just because his high fastball rate is 100 plus and his strikeout ability. It is being played at Great American Small Park, though, so that's something to pay attention to. I don't know if I trust Beeks enough. With this small slate, you can throw him in there, but if I'm taking one, it's Hunter Green over Jalen Beeks. And then the next one, Giants at the Marlins. As you can see by the picture of this video and picture of the article, I do love me some Logan Webb against Miami. His start got pushed back yesterday because of the rain, so now he gets a better matchup here. Logan Webb, 87 plate appearances, a 222 batting average, striking out 37% of those batters. This is being played in Miami, so weather is not a concern. It's a pitcher's park as well a little bit, but you'll be able to see how this ballpark plays once we get into the ballpark rankings. And then Jesus Lizard here, 25 plate appearances, 143 batting average. I don't mind either of these. Again, it's a 3-game early only slate. pretty much any pitchers in play for GPP. So, but I do like Logan Webb a little bit more. But again, you could, like on DraftKings, you could do Logan Webb and Luzardo for both of your pitchers. It just depends if that's what that's the kind of thought process you want to go through, and you want to go a little contrarian. So let's jump right into the main slate here. So a total of 9-game main slate, so a little bit lower main slate than normal. Wheeler versus Lance Lynn. You've got the Phillies at the White Sox. Wheeler, 23 plate appearances, 227 batting average. Lance Lynn, 84 plate appearances, 263. Lynn has been, we know he can, when he's on, he's good, but this Philly team can hit as well. So I'm taking one here. I'm probably going Zach Wheeler for cash. And you could throw Lynn in GBP, but I don't know how much exposure I'll have to Lynn today, to be completely honest. But yeah, I do like Wheeler here a little bit more. Rangers at the Royals. DeGrom versus Jordan Lyles. DeGrom, 64 plate appearances, 172. Last week, his last start, I believe last Tuesday, was against this team. I think he went 7 innings, 9 Ks, and I think he could do the exact same thing again. Being played in Kansas City, I love this matchup here for Jacob DeGrom. Loved him last week, and he dominated. He pushed for us. I think it's going to be the same thing. So, again, until the foreseeable future, until something happens, I think taking DeGrom or any pitcher against the Royals, 9 times out of 10, you're going to dominate, especially with a stud like DeGrom. So I'm looking at DeGrom 100% here. I'm not looking at Jordan Lyles the way the Rangers just dismantled Houston on Sunday Night Baseball. Now they get a even better matchup. Love Jacob DeGrom here. I'm avoiding Lyles against this hot-hitting Rangers team. I'm looking at DeGrom 100% in cash. GPP, he'll be highly owned, but of course it'll be for a reason. He's got a great matchup here. And then you can even look like Lyles, 80 plate appearances, a 314 batting average. Not ideal. I do love, I'm going to be stacking. I think the Rangers will be a pretty popular stack, especially after last night. Diamondbacks at the Cardinals. You got Merrill Kelly versus Jack Flaherty. Merrill Kelly, 60 plate appearances, 264 batting average, striking out 20% of those batters. Flaherty, on the other hand, 16 plate appearances, a 125. I don't mind either of these. I think both are probably just GPP only. Flaherty's got great stuff. We know that. We've seen him in the past. He's just been roughed up lately. This is something to monitor here. And then Merrill Kelly, he has gotten hit hard. We know the Cardinals can hit pretty damn good. So looking at these numbers, I think both of these are GPP. I don't trust them in cash yet. So that's my thought process in this. And then we'll go through some of the bats as well once we get there. So let's get out of there. Blue Jays at the Astros. We just saw the Astros handle, or the Blue Jays handle the Rays 2 of 3. And then we just saw Texas handle Houston yesterday. Now, I kind of like this matchup for Gossman. I think he'll go under owned just because it is the Astros. 41 plate appearances, 205 batting average, striking out 36.6% of those batters. Javier, on the other hand, 33 plate appearances, a 290 batting average, striking out 33.3% of those batters. So, I don't know if I trust either of these guys in cash. That's the problem. You could be looking at Javier. I think both of them are GPP. I think you could be looking at the bats as well, just because both these teams are very hard-hitting teams. We know that. So probably avoiding pitchers for cash. We'll be looking at GPPs. We'll be looking at the batters more so than the pitchers probably. Then you got Pirates at the Rockies. You got Rich Hill in Coors. I don't like that for him. I know his numbers are okay. 45 plate appearances, 225, striking out 20% of those batters. Kyle Freeland, on the other hand, 60 plate appearances, 255 batting average, 20% K. I'm avoiding these pitchers. It is Coors. The Coors effect. We'll look at those numbers, but I would be looking at bats. I mean, any of the righties bats, really. So for the Pirates, McCutchen against Freeland, just depending on who is put out there for. I like Brian Hayes. It just really depends on who's going to be in that starting lineup for Pittsburgh. Flip side, same thing with the Rockies. Chris Bryant, I think, has good numbers. CJ Cron. It just depends on the lineup that you're going to be getting out there. So that's something we'll we'll definitely be looking at with BVP. Cubs at the Athletics. Neither of these pitchers have faced each other before. I do like Wisniewski here for, honestly, like both of these teams for GPP. The Cubs are coming off a pretty damn good series against the Dodgers. Scored a ton of runs, stole some wins out of there. I don't mind either of these for GPP, but I'm probably going to lean more towards Wisniewski versus Mueller. But I don't think you could go wrong there because, again, it's in Oakland. It's at Pitcher's Park. Should be pretty good for pitching. Then you got the Braves at the Padres. You got Max Fried versus Ryan Weathers. Fried, 75 plate appearances, a 200 batting average. Ryan Weathers, three bats, so nothing there. Probably looking at Fried for GPP, and then I'm looking at Atlanta as a stack. Really, the top four of that order against Atlanta: Acuna, Albies, Matt Olson. I think a Brave stack is definitely the way to go in this game. Then you got the Brewers at the Mariners. We got a lot of late games today. Brewers at the Mariners. You got Corbin Burnes versus Chris Flexen. Burnes, 33 plate appearances, 286 batting average. I don't care about those numbers. I love Burnes in this one. I think he's good for cash or GPP. And then Flexen in Brewers, 9 plate appearances. It hasn't seen much. I'm taking one here. I'm taking Burnes. Probably not going to be looking at Flexen here. Would be looking at Milwaukee's bats. And then the final game, you got the Mets at the Dodgers. David Peterson versus Dustin May. Peterson, 36 plate appearances, a 265 batting average, striking out 25% of those batters. Dustin May, 19 plate appearances, 333 batting average, striking out 21% of those batters. Probably either of these be good GPP options. I think Peterson will go a little bit lower owned because he is facing the Dodgers. So there you go. There are all of the pitchers on the entire day. You got technically three slates. You got the all-day slate, including this game, which has weather concerns. You got the early-only slate, which has the Guardians, Tigers, Rays, Reds, Giants, Marlins, and then you got the main slate, which is the other 9 games on the slate. If you want to see the pitchers we like out of all of those, the pitchers we like the most, you got right here. This article is in the description down below. You've got this. Then you've got 3 position players at each position that we like that are part of our cheat sheet. Then we've got stacks at the bottom. So check that out. That's FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can sign up FTA Plus. You can sign up for DFS only, or you can sign up for DFS Plus sports betting there. Then you got MLB odds. So if you want to go through the Rockies, like I said, without even having really remembered what I put in here, the Rockies are projected to have the most amount of runs scored here at 6.19 implied run total against Rich Hill in Coors. Flip side of that, Pirates against Kyle Freeland, 5.41. The Rays against Hunter Green, 4.94. So these are the opening lines. These are the current money lines. Depending on when you watch this, these have probably changed. Definitely probably changed. Then you can sort it by however you want. So this is good for sports betting or even building your lineups. Ballpark rankings. You can see Fenway's is tied with Great American Small Park for the most amount of runs. Fenway has 26 home runs as well. So you can check this out. This is great for if you do sports betting. If you're looking for a game to stack, you can compare the actual ballpark with the MLB odds and see the run total, and you can build it through there. So that's kind of our thought process when we give those core plays, and the cheat sheet is a lot of information goes into that. So there you go. This one's been a big hit. A lot of people like the stolen base targets because you get extra points on FanDuel and DraftKings or Yahoo, whichever one you're playing on. If you're sports betting for stolen bases and DFS, so you can see the pitcher, how many they've allowed, the stats, how many they've done. You want to go through, start the Lord right here, John Birdie, Acuna, Bobby Witt, and then you can kind of compare and contrast which ones you like right there. And then stacking. We've talked about this. I'm going to get a page put up, but these are, I don't know if you can see it completely. Let's see. So with like DraftKings, when it's the slate game of slates, so however many there are. So today on the main slate, there's 9, and 31% is a 5-2 stack like we've talked about. Most of them are 5-2. So you pick the team you think is going to score the most. So on this slate, the Rockies against Rich Hill, so take 5 of the Rockies bats, and then 2 could be Pirates bats because it's the second most amount of runs. But again, I don't think you're going to be able to afford a good lineup there, because if you haven't played before, when you have a Coors game, most of those batters are priced really high. And that's just kind of what they look at. That's kind of how they go. Both FanDuel, DraftKings, I assume Yahoo as well. But that's kind of the thought process. So I'll build this out and we'll look through it. So this is DK and this is FanDuel. So FanDuel's a 4-3 stack for the most part. So that's really all I've got for you guys. Any comments, questions, concerns down below. Again, if you want to win a free month, all you got to do is like the video, be a subscriber. And if this video gets 50 likes, one random subscriber will be chosen. Or if you want to win a free week, every single day you can win an extra week. Just play the game, be a subscriber, hit the like button, and comment who's going to hit a home run and what inning. That's what I've got for you guys. Good luck today. And as always, bring on that bacon. Peace.